Here we are, America, and we have some breaking news for you in just a moment. But first, we have a presumptive presidential candidate who has been caught in a number of lies, makes it up as time and space allows, has a tremendous amount of political power, is distrusted by the American public in a record number, has shown an arrogance that is both repulsive and desirable to different facets of the American audience, and who believes that no matter the half-truths, no matter the cavalier attitude over national security and foreign affairs, that beyond the shadow of any doubt, they are the only person who can be your next president. So then, which candidate did I just describe? Welcome back to what is usually called the political animal, but in light of recent political revelations, it could be more aptly called the latest reincarnation of the ancient TV game show, Who Do You Trust? We trust that you will be part of this conversation. Get on the line right now, 1-877-Newsmax, 1-877-639-7629. Let the animal commence. Welcome in the Democratic strategist, co-founder and partner of the public relations firm Trident DMG, Josh Galper, joined by senior contributor at the Federalist, D.C. McAllister. Before we get into it, folks, the late word from the Associated Press, Attorney General Loretta Lynch has said that the Hillary Clinton email investigation is closed with no criminal charges. John, I'm going to come to you first on this one. We pretty much knew this was coming because Loretta Lynch said that she was going to take the FBI's suggestion, if you will, and she was going to basically say, okay, fine, that'll be it. But how do you still trust somebody, Josh, who has been proven to lie, who has been proven to have a cavalier attitude, arrogance about national security, and quite frankly, seems to spit in the eye of the law of the land when it comes to protecting this country? Boy, there's a loaded question. Go for it.
And Ed, I take great exception to that opener for the question, but thanks for having me on.
Quite all right.
And I think what we do is start with the facts, and that's exactly what Director Comey did. He followed the facts, so did the career prosecutors who were part of this investigation. And when they followed the facts, they concluded that there were no criminal charges to be brought here. There was no intent at wrongdoing. Were there mistakes made? Yes, and he was explicit about that yesterday in his statement. And so has Hillary Clinton. She's been explicit in saying that she is sorry and regrets that she did this in the first place.
So, Josh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this to D.C. now, and you're going to see exactly how I turn the phrase here. D.C., I come to you on this one. Why then should we not trust somebody, the Democrats will say, who quite frankly, yeah, there might have been a couple of things here and there and might have missed a few things and might have made a few mistakes, but hey, according to them, others made the mistakes too. She is still the person who has the most experience of anybody, and you Republicans, it's all your fault for just going after her because it's no big deal. See, I'll set one side up. D.C., go.
Because she's completely untrustworthy. She did lie. She didn't just make a mistake. She willfully and intentionally covered up what she did. And as far as intent goes, that isn't required for criminal charges. And that's been talked about ad nauseum for the last day. The intent didn't matter. But she did lie about it. She lied about it repeatedly to the American people who she's asking to trust her, and she isn't trustworthy. I mean, Donald Trump needs to hit home. He needs to post pictures of this woman with a big L on her forehead. She's a loser, she's a liar, and now she is a huge liability. She is a national security risk, and the idea of electing a woman into the office who is a national security risk, who probably couldn't even get security clearance if she were a normal citizen, to put her in the office where she can be blackmailed with those emails, or she is a risk because of those emails, is insane. We do not put people in the office of the presidency who can put us at risk as a nation.
Josh, I'm going to go ahead and let you respond to that because there are a lot of people out there today who are legal experts as well and people within government who say that Hillary Clinton should not be allowed that sort of national security clearance at this point. Military people are saying it as well because she has proven that she does not have the right attitude for it, nor does she treat it properly. How then, in your opinion, you're the PR guy here, so let me come to you and say, how does she then move forward and try to close this out? The allegations may be done, there may be no charges, but the stigma still stays.
Look, I think first let's start with name-calling and insinuations about what she did or didn't do that are not based in fact. I think all we've got to rely on here is the investigation, which even Republicans said was being conducted by somebody who's beyond reproach and beyond politics. And what he concluded was that there should be no criminal charges brought here. He did not say that she lied about anything. And nobody with any access to the facts has said that she has lied
wait a
about
minute.
anything.
Let me interrupt 1 second here, Josh. Comey may not have come out and said she lied, but he pointed out that there were emails that they found, 110 of them, as a matter of fact, that were top secret. And Hillary Clinton said specifically, and if you want, we could probably dig up the bite. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, where she said,
yes,
we didn't pass anything along that was top secret. So she says we didn't. They say she did. Isn't somebody lying here?
Look,
yes.
I'm glad you raised it, and I think there are a few things to address in the statement. Starting with that one, she's always said that she did her best to turn, and her team did her best to turn over emails and to show what was marked or not marked. And the State Department did as well. They were involved with that review too. Secondly, when you talk about other statements that you'll probably raise, like, for instance, whether or not all emails were turned over, the director himself in his statement, if you read it closely, said that that there were routine deletions as part of her habit, as anybody has for emptying their inbox, that may not have been turned over, but that they did recover in their own forensic investigation. And it's great that they turned that up, because it completed the investigation and showed everybody that the facts were, in fact, gotten here as fully as they could. Over 30,000 emails were turned over, more than 90% of which were already preserved by the State Department systems. They had everything that they needed access to, and I think calling this a cover-up, we're just getting into conspiracy theory land.
Okay, and I'll grant you that sometimes, because there's quite often a reasoning, and a lot of people go off on conspiracies. We're trying not to go there here. But, D.C., let me bring it to you. On March 1st of this year, Hillary Clinton alleged that she never sent any classified material nor received any marked classified, and according to 18 U.S. Code 1924, unauthorized removal and retention of classified documents or material clearly states anyone who knowingly removes materials without authority. That's all part of it. So, D.C., let me give you the last word on this one right here now, because Josh has had his. What about those allegations and people say that she lied? Because he's making good points. Some people say she didn't. She was up there and she was...
She's not making good points. She actually put classified material onto her computer that is against the law. She lied about it. She said, I never put this classified material on my computer. That's where the law is. She had it on her computer. That is a fact. She lied about it. She is a liar. And not only that, and this you cannot dispute, she is a liability, whether she meant to do any of this or not. The fact is that foreign nations probably had this material. She is a national security risk.
All right.
We are thinking about electing a woman who is a national security risk. Think about that.
Okay, 30 seconds to both of you. And, D.C., I'll come to you first because we're short on time. I got to get out of here. But, D.C., what should the Republicans do right now, the RNC and Donald Trump do right now to go after Hillary Clinton? 30 seconds.
They need to hit that point home over and over again and show that she's a risk and that he's the better choice, because she is the risk. And they need to focus on the issues and show that she will be a problem and a danger to our nation moving forward. Okay. She is not the woman for this time. Okay,
Josh, the other side of things then, you as the specialist then, what does Hillary Clinton and the DNC need to do right now in order to push back on this and make sure that people see her as they want her to be seen?
Well, first of all, I would point out that all of this negative attention has been baked into the polls that we've seen over the past year and a half. This issue is not new. The American people know about it, and they don't care, because she's leading Trump by 13 points in the latest national poll that I saw today. And second of all, the longer that the Republicans go after this, the more they're going to sink themselves. Let's remember history here. In the 90s, the Republican Congress went after the Clintons, and it's what led to Speaker Gingrich being kicked out, and in part to the re-election of Bill Clinton in 1996. That's going to happen here, especially as we see the opening of yet another hearing, as we're hearing from Chairman Chaffetz tomorrow, calling Comey to Congress to ask him about his decision, a decision that they were actually praising his actions over the last year and a half, saying that he was exactly the right person to go after this. He'll follow where the facts lead. They were praising him for being beyond reproach. in politics. And I think this is going to be very bad for them.
I love it because this is just getting started, actually. As I said, nobody's out of the woods just yet on this one. D.C. McAllister, Josh Galper, want to thank you both for joining us. We're going to have you back again because we need to continue this. 1-877-Newsmax. I got about 60 seconds. Let's get a couple of quick calls in here. Cindy, you're in Prescott Valley, Arizona. You believe that Donald Trump needs a politician for a vice president. Would you be happy with Newt Gingrich, who he's going to appear at a rally with tonight? And it looks like he might be the choice.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I don't like the guy. I think he should go after Petraeus, the General
Petraeus is not necessarily a politician. He's a former member of the military, and he also is a discredited one as well, because he's the one who certainly had some secrets that were out there. Come on. I mean, Petraeus, don't you think that he did worse than Hillary? Some people say that.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not too well versed what he did.
That's okay.
Didn't do.
That's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to
Yeah.
give you a chance to learn a little bit more about it. We'll keep talking. Cindy, thanks a lot. Mary, Melrose Park, Illinois. I got 20 seconds, Mary. Go.
Hi, Ed. I just have an opinion on the email. As far as I think, the FBI, who's their boss?
The Department of Justice.
Obama.
And and the president, yes.
Yes. And the way he was talking yesterday, he was making a case like she's guilty, but then at the end, he says, well, there'll be no charges. It's like he said he believes she's guilty.
Well, but that's, and you're right about that. That's what everybody is talking about. But Loretta Lynch said tonight that the Justice Department will not pursue any charges. They believe this case is closed. We'll take a break. Come back here on The Hard Line.